Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. Today's video is going to show you how to make a doggy snuggle sack or a sleeping bag or whatever else you want to call it. Also, I suppose it doesn't have to be for a dog because mine's for my dog and cat. I'm hoping that they'll share it, but we'll see. They might fight. But yeah, I'm going to show you what to do. Okay, so I have started off with two pieces of fabric. I've chosen to go for a fleece, that's kind of like a leopard print fleece on one side, and I've gone for a thick kind of plush fur on the other side. The size of the fabric that I have gone for is, both pieces were 60 inches wide, so that gives the length, and they were 1 metre in width. I got a 1 metre piece of each, and both fabrics luckily measured the same 60 inches width. No, I said width twice. Oh, never mind. Hopefully you know what I mean. So basically it's approximately 40 inches by 60 inches. And to start with, I have hand sewn, as unfortunately my sewing machine is broken at the moment. I've hand sewn one of the shorter edges and both of the long edges together. And I did that with the right sides facing inwards, and I've now turned it back out the right way. So I've just got an opening on this end here. If you want to, you can skip the next step, but I want mine to have some padding inside it to kind of make it more like a bed rather than just, you know, a blanket that wraps around them. So next, with this open end, so as I say, that's one of the short ends and the long ends are over there. I've bought a couple of pillows, just kind of normal standard cheap pillows. I think I got mine in Primark. 2 for £2.90, bargain. And I'm going to lay them into the open end here towards this front bit, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so I've put my two pillows towards the opening of the snuggle sack, next to each other. Luckily, the length of the pillows works out just about halfway, which is perfect. I'm also going to sew the two pillows to the snuggle sack so that they can't move about, and you know, if I wash it they're still set in place as opposed to one moving on top of the other, and once it's all sewn in I'm not going to be able to move it. So I'm going to do that now and then I shall be back. Okay, so I have sewn my two pillows together to stop them being able to wander about once they're in the sack, and I have pinned the pillows to the bottom piece. I've turned it back inside out and I've pinned it just on the fleece, just on what's going to lay on the bottom. I've pinned it kind of in a few points around. I've pinned it there as well, and on that corner, just basically in 3 places all the way around. So I'm going to do a few stitches here now and just sew that down, and then I'm going to turn it back in the right way and sew up the sides. Okay, so just to quickly show you, I have sewn it at certain points round the pillow, like I said, where I'd pinned it, just to make sure that it stays in place once it's turned back in the right way and is actually being used. I don't know about your dogs, but mine loves to kind of scratch up the bed and make it how she wants it to be. So if I didn't sew these down, probably after an hour they'd never lay right again. So I'm now going to turn it back in the right way and sew up the seam at the front. Okay, so I've turned it back in the right way. This is the opening where the pillows are sewn down to, and I just need to pin this together now and sew along this line so that all 4 edges are sewn together. Okay, so I've sewn up along that open edge, and now the pillows won't be able to get out. Not that they would have anyway because they were sewn down to it. And now it is time. So that is going to be the bottom of the bed, and then we're going to take the other half, flip it over like so, and I am going to, because I want mine to be able to be for my dog and cat, and she's not the biggest dog in the world, I don't really need the length. I know some people would sew along this long edge here and then sew across the bottom there, and have this thinner bit as the opening, whereas because I want them both to be able to get into it, I'm going to sew both the short edges up and leave this long main edge as the open piece so that they can fit in it next to each other. So I'm going to sew along that short edge and that short edge, and then I'll be back. Hoorah! I've just finished sewing my snuggle sack literally just a second ago. The cat's already been sitting on there while I was sewing, so I think it's got the okay from him. As I said, I've sewed up the sides along there. I haven't sewed all the way to the front because I liked the idea of being able to fold it back. I think it might help them be able to get in it a bit easier as well if there's a bit of a flappy bit showing, and I think it just looks quite nice. That side's been sewed along as well. Obviously this has taken me quite some time. I'm not going to lie, all the videos haven't been done in one day. I've stabbed my finger about 100 times and I have hand sewn it, so that's probably why it's taken so long. Although my machine's broke anyway, but I wouldn't have trusted it to get through this thick fur, and I probably would have broken it had it not already been broken anyway. So yeah, I hope you found this useful. I hope you try and make your pets one as well. I hope that they are going to like it after all this. That'll be just my luck now. And I shall end with a video of them using it.